Hey everyone, how you doing? How you doing? This is Louis the G Fighter coming back at you guys. Some more predictions or pre-predictions for that matter for the Mayweather Cotto fight. And I had a privilege actually. I was down in Orlando to see Cotto fight. Cotto train a little bit. He's a personal friend of mine, and the guy's looking pretty sharp. Pretty sharp. With that said, Floyd is looking fucking invincible right now. Just looking at the 24/7 and some glimpses from you guys and what you guys are catching out there. Floyd is looking extremely sharp, really, really fast. His reflexes is outstanding as usual. Cotto looking pretty sharp. I wouldn't say Cotto is the faster fighter for this fight because he's not. I would say he is the puncher though in this fight. And I don't dismiss Mayweather's power. Mayweather does have some power, however, we all know Mayweather's not the knockout artist. I've got a chance to see a few of you guys and some of your predictions, and I gotta say, the only thing I can agree on is that I am seeing Mayweather winning this fight by 12 round decision. Now, this is where I kind of like differentiate with some of you guys, some of the amateurs. Of course, the amateurs don't really know shit, but some of you guys out there that got a real mindset of boxing, has some real, some got a more seasoned vets. Um, Got to differ with some of you guys, not only you guys, because some of you guys are right on the nose. I don't see Floyd dominating this fight. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I really don't see Floyd dominating this fight. That doesn't mean he's not the winner. He's the winner, clear cut through a 12 decision, in my opinion. Um, However, I don't see him dominating 12 rounds. I don't know who does, and for those that I've seen that says does, you guys are some kind of crack or something. A lot of people dismissing Cotto in his fight, and Cotto is crazy fucking hungry. Cotto is the champion, and Cotto is not even talking about the belt. No, it's Mayweather. But Cotto is just focused on giving Mayweather his first loss. There are going to be a lot of psychological factors in that ring. Many of you guys, we all know Floyd is an outstanding fighter, but he still got a psychological factor. And one of those factors are what if Mayweather loses a round or if he loses another round? That's gonna play a fact in his head. It's got to, even though the guy's a genius, it still plays a factor because after the fight, the man is going to jail, right? Not to mention he wants to fight Pacquiao. He's not looking past Cotto. There's still some factors in this, and there's the weight, the gloves, uh, uh, just these things are big factors. And some people may say, "Nah, it doesn't matter." Let's not forget the last time Floyd was at 54, right? He got a majority decision. It wasn't a full decision, and it was against De La Hoya. I think it was a little over 5 years ago when he fought De La Hoya. He didn't win that. He didn't win that clear cut. You know, it was a majority decision. A lot of people thought that he didn't even win it. I thought he did, but razor thin, really razor thin. That fight could easily have gone either way. It could have been a draw, to be honest. Uh, with that said, every other fight has been at 47. Now, Floyd is a great guy. He's determined. He's conditioning is retarded. Uh, um, can't question that at all. Right now, Cotto has a good momentum going on. You know, since his last defeat to Pacquiao, he's won his last 3 or 4 fight at 54, all by knockout. All his fights has been in knockout at 54. He hasn't gotten the distance just yet. Am I saying he's gonna knock Floyd out? Here's what I'm gonna say to clear that up. I don't see him knocking out Floyd. I see him hurting Floyd if he catches Floyd clean, and that's the big thing. That's the big thing about Floyd. That's if, because Floyd's defense is retarded. The guy's defense is impenetrable. Everybody keep talking about, they got a game plan. Everybody, nobody's coming close. The closest guy that came to actually really hurting Floyd, we all seen it, was Mosley, and Mosley rocked the shit out of him. Could have won that fight within those 3 rounds. Didn't put it off. Mayweather's determination, durability, just overtook the whole fight. He took Mosley straight away, and he won it. He did, and we all got to commend Floyd for that. Um, Cotto on this fight has been looking more focused than ever. He's actually more focused in this fight than he was for the Margarito fight with a new trainer. And even though Cotto has two losses, those two losses are a bit controversial. The big one, Margarito, we all know the guy had loaded gloves. I mean, he fought him a second time, he beat him. That second fight was a mirror image of the first fight with a different outcome. Cotto won that by TKO, but I mean, look at his face. He didn't have his face wasn't swollen, wasn't shut, wasn't broken. Like the first fight. You know what I mean? And it was a mirror image. Let's just face that. The Pacquiao fight, as much as I want to say it's kind of controversial, it really isn't. It's all Cotto's fault, really, for taking a catch weight. Aaron knew what he was doing. I put a big blame on Aaron, but ultimately all falls to Cotto. He fought Pacquiao. Pacquiao was the faster fighter. The first 4 rounds was great, entertaining. You name it, explosions, knockdowns. It was left and right. But after that, like it showed that Cotto was drained. It showed that Cotto wasn't really prepared for that fight because after the 6th round, he was shot. After that, it was just punishment. First 4 rounds was entertaining. The 5th round was where Pacquiao started to take over more or less. In the 6th round, Cotto was shot already. He was a done deal. And he went on 12 rounds and just got stopped. The referee stopped it. So that's why they call it controversial. Cotto was drained. Commend Floyd tremendously for going on for 54 because he said it himself. He doesn't want any excuses. He's fighting the best Cotto. He looks at Cotto. He thinks Cotto is undefeated because of the 2 fights. That was controversial, which is all props. But, Floyd is just saying that to hop up the fight to get the money, which he's going to get anyways. This fight, however, is real interesting. It plays out really, really interesting. I don't see Floyd dominating the first half. I will say I'll see him dominating the second half. I could say that. But the first half, I don't see that happening. I even see Floyd being a little too brave, and he's talking about standing in there and taking the fight to Cotto. And honestly, every fighter that's taking the fight to Cotto, every fighter has been either knocked out or dramatically hurt, for the exception of Pacquiao after the 6th round when he was actually just pop shotting him and just controlling the fight from there on. Um, just if Cotto connects, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be real interesting. At 54, Cotto possesses a lot more power than Mayweather does. Uh, Mayweather is going to be without a doubt the faster fighter. He's going to pick. He's going to pick his shot. He's going to be real accurate. It's going to be interesting what Cotto is going to bring in because he has the puncher's chance. But it's going to be interesting what else he's been doing with his new trainer, Pedro something. And Floyd, is going to be interesting how Floyd handles, if he gets hit clean, it's going to be interesting how he handles a Cotto shot. The left hook. I'm not concerned with the body too much because Cotto abandoned the body shot a little bit. A lot, actually, throughout the years. But he has been more accurate in the head. He's been way more accurate. Cotto has been landing a lot of shots. He's been averaging somewhere between 30 and between the 30s and the 40s with head shots. And he has a stiff jaw, he has a good right cross, and he has a wicked left hook. What I give Floyd in this fight is the fact that he's just a smarter fighter. Floyd is so intelligent. His defense, we don't even need to talk about Floyd's defense. Floyd's defense is crazy. And Floyd has a crazy check hook, that little leaping check hook that he got, and a straight right, the counter right that he has. Other than that, I don't see Floyd posing too much of a problem. I don't see Floyd knocking Cotto out in this fight. I don't even see him knocking him down, to be honest. Cotto too is a smart fighter, and I'm sure he's going to adjust somewhere along the game. The first 6 rounds is going to be extremely interesting. I say the first one is going to tell everything because they're going to feel each other out. We're going to see who lands what at first, 2nd round. Then after that, we'll see how the dictation goes from there. I don't think Floyd is going to stay toe-to-toe with Cotto. If he does, it might be a bad night. I just don't see him. He's a smart fighter. He can talk a lot of shit. He does talk a lot of shit. But he can say all the shit he wants. I'm going to stay there. I'm going to stay there. I'm going to stay there. We all know he's not going to stay there. If he does, it'll be great to see it. It'll be exciting fight. And for $60 at pay-per-view right now, I guess we'll get our money's worth and we'll see what's up. But I don't see him staying there. I see him picking him. I see him running. I see him picking him using ring generalship. His speed is going to play a factor, definitely. His durability is going to play a good factor as well. Uh, but if he stands there and Cotto's connect, if he connects, it's gonna be interesting. Cotto doesn't throw giveaway shots either. He doesn't throw. He's not a Mosley. When Mosley he'll pump the jab to set up the right. Like he'll pump that jab a little bit and set up the right, and then he just put his whole body into that left. Cotto doesn't do that. Cotto's pretty articulate with his jab. He has a good stiff jab. And Floyd's been caught by a couple of good jabbers. De La Hoya for one at 154 had a great jab and was picking him for a little bit. It's that right hand that right hand that I don't see Cotto landing too well. The left hook, I see Floyd brushing it off, but it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be an interesting fight. I don't see a blowout. I'm not gonna hold it up too much. I don't see a blowout. I want to hear from you guys. You guys tell me what you think. Write your comments. As always, I don't see a blowout. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. After the fight, of course, I'm gonna come back up here. I'm gonna post another one. If I'm wrong at everything I'm saying, I take it in with the bad like I do with the good. So let me know what y'all think. Again, I don't see a blowout. I see a unanimous decision for Floyd. But if he just stands there with Cotto, it might be a bad night for him. It might be a bad night. Let me know what you guys think. And this is Louis G, the fighter, out.